What's good, guys? Your boy, Once a Little Bands, back again with another reaction. And today, we got Patrick CC with this video. Rappers who destroyed their careers with one mistake. Now, I saw the thumbnail. I saw Tory Lanez and TK. So I'm already assuming they're in the video. They better be in this video. Because that's the main reason I'm here. Because I already know they're going to talk about TK. We already know the situation with TK. If you don't know the situation with TK, you're going to find out today. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to waste no time. We're going to get straight to the point. If y'all enjoyed this video, y'all know what to do. Go and give it a like, comment, subscribe. For more content like this in the future, go and follow me on Instagram and TikTok. It's going to be the description down below. I'll be doing videos every day. Couple of days bands. Straight into it.
A successful rap career is extremely hard to obtain, yet very easy to destroy. One mistake, one bad album, one tweet could start a ripple effect that leads a rapper.
Oh, okay, so he's not just talking about jail related. He said one bad.
One mistake, one bad album, one tweet could.
One mistake, one bad album, one tweet. Oh, that's facts. It's a lot of rappers if this the case. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rappers like this. Like, one bad album, Roddy Ricch, he ruined his entire career. I ain't gonna lie. I'ma just be real. You know what I'm saying? Roddy Ricch had it in the bag, bro. He had it in the bag. Dropped two back to back. His last album that he dropped it's cool. It's cool, but like, if he would have dropped that one first, people would have, you know what I'm saying, still been listening to Roddy Ricch as much. I feel. But when he dropped the third album, Live Life Fast, that album right there, which is straight mid, trash, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, it was trash. But people said it was mid, you know what I'm saying? And the fact he took 2 years for that,
could start a ripple effect that leads a rapper to fade into irrelevance. Today we are going to look at the stories of rappers whose careers dwindled for reasons they likely could have prevented, starting with superstar Pride, a rapper who had the fastest and most ironic rise and fall of all time. Many of you heard Superstar Pride briefly in 2023 when his song
This situation is crazy, bro.
Painting Pictures went viral. However, it wasn't necessarily viral for the song, but rather his obscure mullet-style haircut. The crazy part about this track is that it was originally uploaded in 2020 and went unnoticed.
What?
Don't worry, you raised the.
Then 2 years later, when he
Wait, hold on. It says Ralo Rodrigo's flow. That don't sound nothing like that. It don't sound nothing like Ralo Rodriguez.
Put it in 2020 and went unnoticed.
And mama, don't worry, you raised the.
Then 2 years later, when he uploaded the live mic performance video to Painting Pictures, it also fell on deaf ears. It wasn't until 5 months after the music video dropped, February of 2023, that Pride casually created a TikTok, posted the music video snippet, and it blew up. The first clip he posted got 10 million views. The second one did over 40 million views. Bro got the Sonic haircut. Bro looked like he got screamed at. Bro's haircut was 50%
oh my
off.
God.
Nobody was talking.
These comments are crazy. Bro got the Sonic haircut. Bro looked like he got screamed at.
Talking about the
50%
song,
off
just
is
his
crazy,
hair.
bro.
Then a viral trend emerged of people imitating
crazy.
his video with something ridiculous
I
taped
done
to the
seen
back
these
of their
trends,
head,
too. I
which
seen
could not
this
be
dude do the
outdone when
trend.
someone managed to get an entire airplane strapped
This
to their
one was
head.
crazy,
The
bro.
opening line,
That
"Mama,
was
don't
crazy.
worry," was also getting stuck in people's heads, which led to the song amassing 160 million streams on Spotify and over 30 million on YouTube. Painting Pictures shot up to number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100, and every
I did
major
not know
label
this,
got into
bro.
a bidding
This is
war
crazy.
trying to sign him, but he sided with Steve Stout and his independent structured music label, United Masters.
He actually signed the label
like
after
$5
one
million
song.
from a label. And when they didn't give him $5 million, they offered him $3 million. He's like, if it ain't 5, I'm not signing it. I'm like, what?
Pride let his ego get the best of him, refusing $3 million for wanting $5 million. 3 weeks after
I'ma just be real. My man ain't even worth $3 million. I'ma
refusing
just
the
keep it a
record deal,
buck.
he was
If
arrested
I'm
for
just being
murder.
real.
A Mississippi rapper is charged with murder in Panola County. 20-year-old Kadarius Pride, known as Superstar Pride.
The victim, Marcus Wheatley, was Pride's barber, likely responsible for his signature hairstyle. Wheatley's grandmother said Pride stormed into their house and gunned him down in the backyard. Currently, Pride is being held without bond and doesn't have a trial set. Nobody knows what happened or why it happened. But a rapper going viral for his ridiculous haircut in February, then allegedly murdering his barber a few months later after denying $3 million is the most insane self-sabotage I have ever seen.
That's
And if you
crazy.
thought Pride's story was a
How did he
poetically
go from
ironic
that?
form of self-sabotage, meet Chance the Rapper, who once famously said, "I met Kanye West, I am never going to fail," but still managed to fail.
Great
Oh,
content needs a
Lord.
great audience, like a purple
I
dinosaur
met
needs a
Kanye
hug.
West. How can I fail? I'm never gonna fail. That's crazy.
Chance the Rapper's 2013 mixtape Acid Rap was universally praised by hip-hop fans.
Oh,
His
shoot,
raspy
what the
voice
frick?
and sprinkle of soul combined with his youthful, positive energy made this project a masterpiece. Tracks like Cocoa Butter Kisses and Favorite Song have aged like fine wine. But Chance was in no rush to capitalize on his buzz. He worked on his next mixtape for 3 years. He had the whole city of Chicago rooting for him and garnered support from the biggest artists in the world, including Kanye West, who featured Chance on his 2016 album, The Life of Pablo. Chance's part on Ultralight Beam is one of the biggest highlights of the project. Coloring Book was his 2016 mixtape.
Damn, I gotta go back now. Freak. I gotta go back. I kinda know a little bit. But I don't know that much.
I met Kanye
sorry.
West, I am never going to
Sorry
fail,
for the
but still
interruptions,
managed
y'all.
to fail. Chance the Rapper's 2013 mixtape Acid Rap was universally praised by hip-hop fans. His raspy voice and sprinkle of soul combined with his youthful, positive energy made this project a masterpiece. Tracks like Cocoa Butter Kisses and Favorite Song have aged like fine wine. But Chance was in no rush to capitalize on his buzz. He worked on his
I'm
next
not even too
mixtape
big
for
on
3
Chance the Rapper,
years.
but those
He had the
are
whole
good.
city of Chicago rooting for him and garnered support from the biggest artists in the world, including Kanye West, who featured Chance on his 2016 album, The Life of Pablo. Chance's part on Ultralight Beam is one of the biggest highlights of the project. Coloring Book was his 2016 mixtape that served as the perfect follow-up to Acid Rap. Chance's cadence, soulful lyrics, and euphoric beat selection was unlike anyone else in hip-hop at the time, especially on tracks No Problem and All We Got. He earned a Grammy for Best New Artist, and some people even believed he could give Drake a run for his money, but then he blew it. And I'm gonna blow you away when you hear about today's sponsor. Lately, I've been obsessed with
So you telling me people really actually thought Chance the Rapper was gonna give Drake a run for his money? Is that what y'all really thought that? There's no way y'all really thought that. Let's keep it real. Y'all didn't really think that. Like there's a lot of people that could have gave him a run for his money, but y'all thought Chance the Rapper was gonna be the rapper to give him a run for his money. I don't know about
Groceries, a corny TikTok song that was heavily marketed on Triller to capitalize on the Whoa dance craze. The song went viral, but when fans criticized it on Twitter, his responses would put a nasty stain on his reputation.
Wait, he's the one with that song? He's the one with the song? I didn't know that. I did not know he had that song. The only thing, all I know is, literally, this is all I know. Chance the Rapper obviously made those 2 good albums, amazing albums. He had that Kit Kat commercial. Give me a break. Just give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Break. I can't even sing that how. But y'all get the point. That's what I know. And then he just dropped Hot Shower, and then he just fell off. That's all I know. Hot Shower was trash, by the way. I think we all can agree on that. But that's all I know. I did not know he had made this song too. I didn't know that. A corny
TikTok song that was heavily marketed on Triller to capitalize on the Whoa dance craze. The song went viral, but when fans criticized it on Twitter, his responses would put a nasty stain on his reputation. People have different tastes, and that's fine, but the way you're talking to fans who have been with you since 10 days is disappointing, and that ego reflects in the quality of your newest music. Eat it. You are a spoiled child who thinks artists are making music for you. I never intended for you to find or like anything I made. If I knew you existed, I would have tried my hardest to keep you from being able to enjoy it. Now go eat it again. Then Chance over and over again told.
Wow. Now this right here, that's terrible. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even know this actually happened. I ain't gonna lie. This is crazy.
To eat it.
Telling your fan to eat a glizzy is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Interaction was a far cry from the positive and wholesome Chance the Rapper fans loved. Then he dropped his debut album, The Big Day, on July 26, 2019. The Big Day was a reference to his wedding day, which he was planning during the creation of this album. Chance mentions his wife and family over 20 times on the record, which became a huge meme. And while his intentions were pure, the album simply was not good.
I am genuinely feeling like a strong 0 on.
Oh, a 0? Not even a 1, not even a 2? Oh my goodness, bro. That's the first time I ever heard Anthony Fantano say that. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh, bro. Oh, a strong 0. he was confident with that 0 too. A fat donut.
On
Goodness,
this
bro,
record.
that's tough.
Fans hated the project as well and were quick to let him know.
Bro, worst albums this year. Y'all said We Love You Take Us the worst album? I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of pushing it right there. We Love You Take Us actually pretty good. Logic, Confessions of Dangerous, mid. I don't know. New Habit, Bad Habits. I never heard this album. Lil Pump, let's just be real. Let's keep it real. Lil Pump is trash. Of course he's gonna be on the worst albums. He's the worst rapper, so of course he's gonna be on the worst albums. I didn't even know Other God even had a project, to be honest. But he's a meme rapper, so who's gonna take him serious? But to say certified hitmaker, I don't know. It wasn't gonna be good to begin with. But to say Lil Tecca, like putting Lil Tecca in this list is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
On Twitter, Chance
I'ma
would
just
block
be
anyone
real.
who poked fun
That's
at him
kinda
or said
crazy.
anything negative about the
Blocked
album.
him.
With the influx of hate, he responded with extreme measures. I'm getting this crazy feeling that people want me to end it. These desperate tweets combined with his lazy album would lead to him canceling his 32-city arena tour, saying that he was instead going to focus on spending time with his family, which again sounds understandable, but it was a lie. The tour was actually canceled due to, quote, historically low ticket sales. According to his now ex-manager Pat Corcoran, Chance fired his manager, then blamed him for fan disappointment in the big day and underwhelming fan support for its associated tour. Corcoran would
That's
go on to
tough.
file a lawsuit in November of 2020 against Chance
This
the
is
Rapper
way
for
deeper
breach of
than I
contract,
thought. I
stating
ain't
that he
gonna
is
lie.
owed over $2.5 million in reimbursed expenses for supporting and promoting Chance's career, an additional $3 million for unpaid commissions, and 15% of Chance's net profit across all business earnings. The lawsuit also revealed that Chance started working on his album in February of 2019, which was only 5 months before it was released. His manager knew there was not enough time for the creative process that was involved in releasing an album. Chance's recording efforts were compromised by unproductive and undisciplined studio sessions, procrastination, and lackadaisical effort, which explains why there are terrible lyrics throughout this record. If you blink
So basically, compared to the other albums he released, he didn't really actually put in as much effort as he did on the other album.
you might miss
That
it,
were
you gotta
good.
click it or tick it. Life is short as a midget, but mine's a little LeBron. And how could
Oh
we
my
forget
God.
Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly with a peanut butter jelly. Y'all ain't ready for the jelly, it'll break y'all back.
Chance let his own ego squander his career. He
I
couldn't
can't
just
lie,
admit
that
that
was-
he made his
that was
fans wait
questionable.
3 years for a
That
bad
was
album
definitely
that was rushed out in
questionable.
5 months,
You
and
know
the
what
way
I'm
he
saying?
responded to them on Twitter was just childish. From here, all his hype died. On the other hand, if he stepped out of the limelight to genuinely focus on his family, that's respectable. Maybe that's something we should celebrate rather than see as a downfall. But Chance wasn't the only rapper whose Twitter fingers started their downfall. In the
Who
case
is
of OG
this?
Mako, he pretty much
Who is
forced
OG
everyone to
Mako?
hate him because of his tweets. In 2014, OG Mako had a ton of momentum after his song You Guessed It went viral on Vine.
Yes.
This track was unlike anything we had
Vine.
ever heard at the
I
time.
haven't been on
Before
Vine,
mumble rap
like,
took over, we had OG
ever,
Mako
bro.
screaming insane ad-libs over the most simplistic, hard-hitting trap beat. He had a darker, more rock-like aesthetic and even called himself not a rapper, but a rock star. The song reached number 90 on the Billboard Hot 100, and he could even be credited with inspiring many rappers after him. It definitely inspired Keith Ape, who just released a track called Itji Ma that sounded suspiciously similar. Just listen to them at the same time.
These ads are kind of throwing
The button is
throwing me
back.
for a loop right
Can't
now.
ignore it. Too
Just
much.
when it started to get good.
OG Mako tweeted, "I'm aware of the Koreans that mocked me and took my sauce. I'm not impressed. I'm not inspired.
I'm
I
aware
think
of
it's
the
kind of lame.
Koreans.
To each
The Koreans, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of the Koreans are like people say they copy our like lingo, but bro, let's be real. Like it's good though. I mean, the fact that they can do it is talent. Like it's talent.
his own.
You know what I'm saying? It's not
Mako
like
even
they're
accused
copying
Beyonce of stealing from him
everything.
in
They
her
just
7-Eleven
copying a
music
little bit.
video.
Everybody
If you look at them side by
learns a
side,
little bit,
he
you know
may
what I'm
have a
saying?
point, but Mako was developing a reputation of a bitter, egotistical rapper who complains on the internet. He randomly took shots at his collaborators and label mates, the Migos. Mako felt the need to tell everyone that Skippa da Flippa invented the dab dance that the Migos were using in the song Pipe It Up, to which the Migos replied, "The Flippa man is Migo family. OG Mako, let's see you set a trend." Then Mako said, "Half the rap game has already bit one of my flows or ad-libs. Let me see them album sales." Meanwhile, OG Mako has never had a gold album, let alone the dozens of platinum records
I hate to burst your bubble here, OJ Mako, but I don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't think half of the people really know who you
Those
are.
are ad-libs.
We all
Let me
know
see
Migos.
them album sales.
We don't know you.
Meanwhile, OG
You know what I'm
Mako
saying?
has never had a gold album, let alone the dozens of platinum records the Migos have. Then he went after Lil Uzi when XXL tweeted, Lil Uzi is rap's newest rock star. He tweeted, dudes don't just become rock stars. Somebody gotta show you the way. Stop playing with my name. With a picture of Uzi at an OG Mako show on stage behind him. Then Academic said, you paved the way for Uzi? Then Mako replied with dozens of tweets over the next hour trying to explain why he is so influential and Uzi was stealing his sauce. He also randomly took shots at Future. I love Future, but I also understand Future has destroyed countless lives by making it cool to be a drug addict. People looking up to loser attitudes because this generation is afraid to strive for anything.
I mean, I kind of get where you stand on that a little bit on the Future part, of ruining people's lives by turning them to drug addicts. But at the end of the day, these are grown people that's looking up to other grown folks. If you think about it, they got their own mind. They don't have to just, you know what I'm saying, follow somebody else's footsteps. They just choose to do it. They get influenced by other people. All they got to do is simply not let that happen. All you got to do is just not, you know what I'm saying, influence yourself. Not.
It's y'all's fault all this lame ass shit is possible. Again, he may have a point here, but fans replied to Mako calling him a hypocrite since he raps about the same stuff. But Mako claimed he was dumbing down his music to blow up. You guessed it, was not luck. It wasn't an accident. I made the dumbest song I possibly could on a beat full of bass and knew it would blow. I manipulated over 40 million minds and counting based on the exact same principles that I'm preaching. Who's more qualified to say this? Now, Mako has always made more conscious, focused music with substantial lyrics.
Like Jason, Michael, Freddie, and Idi Amin after your
He made a song with J.I.D. I didn't know this.
But a lot of his music was just mediocre, boring trap.
Get the cat, get the cat. Get the bag, get the bag. Hey, get the cat, get the cat.
Also, if he claims to be such a genius, why wasn't he able to do it again? During his brief moment of popularity, Mako consistently released music on SoundCloud, but nothing sounded anywhere near as innovative, fun, or interesting as you guessed it. His downfall was easily due to dissing rappers for absolutely no reason, non-stop complaining on Twitter, and trying so hard to take credit for the success of anyone else. Was he an innovator? Absolutely. But he spent too much time talking about how influential he was on Twitter rather than trying to create a legacy to maintain his career. But what happens when the reason a rapper blows up is the same exact reason why they had a downfall? On July 26th, 2016, just a few weeks after his 16th birthday, SoundCloud rapper Tay-K and 5 others conspired to rob a 17-year-old drug dealer.
5? Wait, what the freak? Two of these people, females, attempted to rob somebody? Oh my God.
Zachary Belote. The crew broke into the house around 10 p.m. and the robbery went wrong, which led to the drug dealer's friend and roommate, Ethan Walker, being fatally shot. Tay-K admitted during the police interrogation that he was not the shooter, but was there looking for drugs and money. He had been released from custody pending the trial and was placed on house arrest with an ankle monitor. For the next 7 months, Tay-K sat in his room, making music, releasing it on SoundCloud, and built up a following. With no money
Wait, for how long? Wait, so this man, okay. Hold on. I didn't know this part. So basically, my man was caught up in legal trouble, obviously. Caught up in a robbery case after killing, caught up in a robbery case and a murder case. Basically, that's what I'm hearing so far. And this man was on probation. All they had to do was just sit there in probation. He was making music, and then what happened?
Led to the drug dealer's friend and roommate, Ethan Walker, being fatally shot. Tay-K admitted during the police interrogation that he was not the shooter, but was there looking for drugs and money. He had been released from custody pending the trial and was placed on house arrest with an ankle monitor. For the next 7 months, Tay-K sat in his room, making music, releasing it on SoundCloud, and built up a following. With no money for a lawyer and quickly approaching the hearing for the murder, Tay-K infamously tweeted that he was tired of house arrest.
F this house arrest, F12, they gonna have to catch me on hood. Oh, this man tweaking right now. I didn't see this tweet, bro. This tweet
and the police were going to have to hunt him down. While on the run from the
This tweet
police,
is
Tay-K
crazy,
was very
bro.
active on social media. Fans posted pictures and videos of him in public. But Tay-K and his friends were desperate for money. He robbed a 65-year-old man named Skip Pepe
I
at
heard about
gunpoint
this.
in Arlington's Craven Park. He then attempted to rob a cameraman named Mark Anthony Saldivar in a Chick-fil-A parking lot. Mark began screaming for help as he tried to escape. Then Tay-K hit him with the car before getting out, fatally shooting him and driving off. San Antonio police connected Tay-K to the murder due to surveillance
Bro,
footage
this is
and
the
posted
first
wanted
time I've ever seen somebody actually have a wanted poster. Having $5,000 on your head is crazy, bro.
signs around
I
the
ain't
city.
gonna lie.
Tay-K saw this as a marketing opportunity, posting pictures and videos with the wanted sign. He then dropped a song called The Race on SoundCloud, which essentially told the story of him being a fugitive, robbing and killing people while on the run from the police. After filming and releasing the music video to The Race, Tay-K was captured by U.S. Marshals in Elizabeth, New Jersey. The shockingly true story led to the 17-year-old exploding in virality. The Race secured hundreds of millions of views on YouTube, reached number 44 on the Billboard Hot 100, and
Wow,
hashtag
bro.
Free Tay-K became a movement supported
Travis
by some
Scott.
of the biggest rappers in the game. He even signed
Hey, let's keep it real, bro. Let's just be real. That song is hard. I don't listen. I do not like. I don't know, man. The behavior he did is crazy, and I don't respect that. But the music, the songs are tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I listen to it to this day.
$700,000 record deal, but none of it mattered because he was behind bars. And in 2019,
This is the prime example of I don't know if I want him to be free or not. Like this man, oh my goodness, bro. He looks like a criminal, bro. Oh my dog. Every single picture I see of this man. Look at him, bro. Look at him. Okay, bro. There we go. Bro, this is a prime example of I don't know if he should be free. Because I want to hear my music. I don't know if he should be free or if he shouldn't be free. I don't know. This is a prime example right here. Same thing with Melly, bro. Goodness, bro.
robbing and killing people while on the run from the police. After filming and
His
releasing
music
the music
hard,
video
though.
to The Race, Tay-K was captured by U.S. Marshals in Elizabeth, New Jersey. The shockingly true story led to the 17-year-old exploding in virality. The Race secured hundreds of millions of views on YouTube, reached number 44 on the Billboard Hot 100, and hashtag Free Tay-K became a movement
Do the
supported by
dash,
some
then
of
I
the
go
biggest
off
rappers
the
in the
way.
game. He even signed a $700,000 record deal, but none of it mattered because he was behind bars. And in 2019, he was given
he
a
was actually
55-year sentence after being found guilty of murder and 3 counts of aggravated robbery. Obviously, Tay-K's downfall could have been prevented if he simply did not commit these heinous
So explain to me how he get 55 years. Meaning, if he lived long enough, he could still see freedom. How he get 55 years, but YW Melly got the death penalty? Explain how that worked. This man literally hit the dash, then he went out the way to kill more and more people. He only got 55 years. Only 55 years. 55 years is a long time. He might not live to see 55 years, to be honest. But I'm just saying, like, he has a chance to see freedom. Meanwhile, Melly, this man, oh my gosh, bro, it's crazy, bro.
acts.
crazy.
But as bad as it sounds, none of us would even know about him if he didn't actually rob and murder people, then make songs about it while mocking the police on the run from the law. Rap fans glamorize this type of behavior because the music is, a lot of the time, violent and derogatory. So if you're gonna rap about it, fans want you to be about it. But the fans won't be the ones sitting in the jail cell. Pooh Shiesty is an example of someone who was heavily rewarded for his violent music. His song Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk was essentially a song about killing your enemies.
this day-
This track
To this day, this is the only song I know from him, bro.
would reach
I'll
number
be honest.
37 on the
I
Billboard
ain't
Hot
gonna lie.
100 and secured himself as a promising new talent in hip-hop. But at this peak of his new career, he got arrested. Pooh Shiesty and his crew were at the King of Diamonds strip club in Miami, Florida. Allegedly, Shiesty had money taken from him, which led to major commotion in the club. Security acted accordingly and escorted Pooh Shiesty out of the club, but he forced his way back into the club and accidentally fired a handgun at a working security guard. Pooh Shiesty
wow.
turned himself in on June 8th, 2021, and had his hearing the following day, where he would be denied bond. He would later be sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in prison on April 20th, 2022. He could have easily just left the club and let others go handle the money situation, but maybe he felt the need to live up to his Back in Blood lyrics. I got my own fire, don't need security in the club. If you haven't noticed, rappers and shootings seem to be a very common trend that leads to their downfall. Tory Lanez is no different. However,
You know what?
many
the situation with Pooh Shiesty ain't that bad. The only bad thing is when they get out, people gon' really not remember, like, to really care about his music. But Tory Lanez, he's cooked. You know what I'm saying?
People
He's
still
cooked.
question if he is actually guilty of being the shooter. In 2020, Tory Lanez was at the peak of his career. His feature on Jack Harlow's What's Poppin' reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 while objectively being the best verse. His album, The New Toronto 3, debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. He broke the record for the most live viewers in an Instagram Live during his quarantine radio show during the pandemic. However, on July 12, 2020, he was arrested on a felony gun charge while out with Megan Thee Stallion after attending a small party at Kylie Jenner's house. The public was also informed that Megan had cut her foot on broken glass. Then 3 days later, she changed her story to say that she was shot in the foot. Then 1 month later, she said this.
Yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying.
Social media immediately took Megan's side. Tory remained silent about the allegations, but responded with lyrics on his album Daystar. How the fuck you get shot in your foot and don't hit no bones or tendons? How the fuck your team is trying to paint me as a whole menace? Delusional, like how that 1942 from Kylie house still got you talking crazy, as well as also rapping about why he hasn't been nearly as vocal as Meg. Think I'm finna talk about an open case for some likes? Tory Lanez was charged with 1 count of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and 1 count of carrying a loaded unregistered firearm in October of 2020. Although Tory...
Now, what if the whole time this man, like, what if the whole time she just come out and tell us that he never even shot her with the gun? This man is sentenced to a long time in jail for falsely shooting her. What if that's the case? I don't know. I still don't know. I don't think anybody really knows if he shot her or not, bro. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All I know is a lot of times females...
He claimed he was being blackballed by the music industry. His career continued to thrive. He released 4 albums independently, which would all garner hundreds of millions of streams. He received praise from LeBron James as well as dozens of other mainstream acts. Fans believed if it wasn't for this case, he would have been toe-to-toe with the biggest rappers in the game. But once we finally got the information from this trial, we would end up with more questions than answers.
Don't you know that there's a better way to find music?
There's I ain't editing this out, by the way. It's completely... You know what I'm saying? But
on July 12, 2020, Tory Lanez, his bodyguard Megan Thee Stallion, and her friend Kelsey Harris were attending a small gathering at Kylie Jenner's house. Megan testified that she lied to the police about the glass, lied to doctors, and basically lied about the entire situation out of fear. Her news story was pretty simple. She said that they had an argument, she exited the car, Tory leaned out of the passenger side door, said, "Dance bitch," and shot her from 25 feet away in the back of the foot. Then Tory ran up to her apologizing and she got back into the car so they could give her a ride home. The cops arrived when the neighbors reported the gunshots. Tory chose not to testify and defend himself, which he would later regret. Kelsey, Meg's friend, testified that Tory was trying to hook up with Kylie Jenner and Meg tried to convince him to leave the house. Meg was upset that Tory didn't want to leave, so she got into the car with Kelsey and drove almost all the way home before realizing she forgot her slipper and went back to Kylie's. They grabbed Tory the second time after Kylie allegedly told them to leave. In the car is when Tory admitted that he and Megan had been in a romantic relationship. Kelsey was shocked because Megan was the one who hooked up Tory and Kelsey in the first place. Kelsey also admitted that this was not the first time Meg had backdoored her when it came to men. Now we have a love triangle, and this is how the argument started.
You know what I'm saying? Megan Thee Stallion, she known for being a, you know what I'm saying, one of those. We already know this.
But Kelsey pleaded the fifth when it came to speaking about anything regarding the gun or shooting. The government offered her immunity, so she couldn't be charged with any crime even if she admitted to it. She still refused to speak. There was one witness, Sean Kelly, who saw the altercation from his balcony after being awoken by the arguing. Sean said he witnessed Kelsey get out from the back seat, open the front passenger door, and start physically fighting Megan in the front seat. He also said that the muzzle flash from the gun was closest to Kelsey. Much of his testimony was ignored because he couldn't identify the people by name since it was dark. He only said big man, small man, and 2 women. Nobody admitted to hearing the words dance bitch besides Megan. There was gunshot residue on Kelsey's hands and
dance. Bro, that don't even
Tory's
sound
hands.
right.
Also after this night,
heck?
Kelsey and Megan stopped being friends after being best friends for 7 years. When Tory was initially jailed, he called Kelsey and apologized multiple times to her. I know she's probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, I was just so drunk. I don't even know what was going on. I'd never do some shit like that. Regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right. But I'm deeply sorry for that. I never even moved like that at all. People speculated Tori was apologizing for sleeping with both of the women and causing chaos. Others see this as an obvious admission of shooting the gun. Some people think it was Kelsey who was angry and shot Megan. Some people think Megan was the one who accidentally shot her own foot. Some people think that Kelsey pleading the fifth was her attempt to try to save both of them. But at the end of the day, the jury decided he was guilty. And because of that, Tori was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
That's tough right there, bro. That's tough. Nobody really knows. I don't even feel like the judge really knows, to be honest. That's the worst part about that situation. That last situation is just unfortunate. Bad timing, wrong place at the wrong time. That's what that is, really. I ain't gonna lie. But let me know y'all thoughts in these situations, you know what I'm saying? Which one is the crazy situation? To me, I don't know. I feel like the Tory Lanez is a crazy situation because it's like no one really knows the truth besides them. And it's like none of their stories are adding up. None of the stories are like really making sense. None of the stories are actually like the same. So it's hard to really know if they're telling the truth or not. And then of course, it's gonna be like 6 different stories really, because the witness saw something, you know what I'm saying? And the witness might have saw something, but that's not really what actually was going on. Like, may not exactly went down. And then obviously the 4 people in the car, that's 4 different stories, and then obviously the truth. What really happened. So we don't really know. I think that might be the crazy situation. But then another crazy situation to me will probably be the TK one, because this man literally said F being on probation. I'm done with this. I'm done with this house arrest stuff. I'm finna go on a killing spree. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But let me know y'all thoughts in the comments down below. If y'all enjoyed this video, y'all know what to do. Go and give it a like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. And if you're gonna follow me on Instagram and TikTok, comment the description down below. I make daily videos every day. Couple daily bands. Let me know what y'all deem as the most craziest situation in this video. I'm gone.